pull the perfect data for virtual wholesaling real estate. What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly in virtual wholesaling, actually how to pull leads, how to pull the best data for virtual wholesaling real estate. I'm going to show you the best ways in free ways to find these leads and actual paid way to find these leads for the best success in virtual wholesaling real estate. Before I break it down, do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe, and let's break it down. So when it comes to pulling lists, you know that there are free ways and paid ways to find these lists. So now I'm going to actually go into the internet and show you, if you're doing virtual wholesaling, how you can actually go out here and actually find these leads for you to be very successful in finding the hottest motivated seller leads so you can do a lot of real estate wholesaling deals. So let's get into it. Let's sort of break it all down. Let's get in the softwares, everything like that. I can tell you right now that most of the best free leads you're going to find are going to be actually in the clerk of the courts, basically public records. A lot of these government lists, the probates, code violations, the liens, a lot of the pre-foreclosures, they're all going to be in the clerk of the court. So that's the first thing we're going to go into right now, and let's break it down. Right here, we are in a county. This is Shelby County, Ohio, and this is basically the court view of finding the public records. All I did was go to Shelby County, the government. I searched actually how to find the public records, and then they had this court view finder, which pretty handy. Takes a couple seconds to kind of get used to each one. This is a pretty decent one to be going after. So the first thing, like a lot of these have these public records. Some counties actually don't have this, which you're gonna have to call and sort of figure out how you can do it yourself. But pretty much a lot of these counties have things like this. So as you can see, they show you the type of courts, everything like that. So let's do the probates first. I think a lot of people get confused with probates. So we can kind of go through all the courts. Common pleas, criminal, juvenile, municipal court, right? I'm gonna go to the probate court here. And pretty much that's all I really want to do. I mean, everything on the probate court's pretty much going to be good to know. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go here and actually go by the beginning date. So let's do for the past month. Let's do July till August, right? Let's go here. Let's do today's date. And then all I'm really going to do is just search it and see what pops up. So click search here. So as you see, for the average wholesaler, they're going to see this and be like, oh, shoot, I can't pull it. What's going on? Right here, it's telling you need a first name or last name. This is where most wholesalers actually get in trouble. So let me show you actually a quick workaround around this, because I can show you what I do. But if you do it like this, you're going to get in trouble. What you have to do is go right here to case type, because it wants a first name, last name. Quick workaround. We're going to go here and click case type. Which one should we do? There's civil action, conservatorship. Estate's going to be the best one, especially with probates. I can go by and search it by the actual party type. But I don't want to get it too crazy right now. I'm just going to go to open also on this one. And all you got to do is search that is, and I can go by city if I want to, which city I want the probate to be in. So I just click search here, and then it's loading up here, and then boom, all the probates are pretty much pulled right there. That is a really cool little quick workaround. It actually works really well for me. Then you go by the party name, and then you can go from there. And then you can just click it and kind of get more information. So I click here like Earl Murr. I'm going to click here. It's going to load up some information on that probate. So let it load up here. So this is the estate of Earl B. Murr. He's the person that passed away. The fiduciary is going to be Craig Ely. Cool part about it, this is going to be a property that's going to be in question. The fiduciary is Craig Ely, who lives on Brown Road in the same place. As you can see here, his attorney is Richard Wallace, so that means he's not the attorney. So Craig here is who we're going to try to probably contact. We actually have his address. And this coolest part about this, we actually have his phone number right here. This is why I chose them. This is a really good county for it. Not every county's for this, but I'm telling you, like, this is going to be a really hot list for me pulling. I don't do any skip tracing. The phone number's right there. It's going to be really, really good. I get more information about the property if he owns it, stuff like that. But that's really a quick way to find the probates. Now I come back out here and I can actually pull other type of lists. So I'm going to go to all sites here. And now I'm going to go by case types for this. Now I can do a lot of stuff. I go child custody, civil cases, civil action. There's a ton of, criminal's probably not going to be a good one here, but I can go through all these: contract, personal injury, small claims, all this stuff, guys. You can really go through a lot of these. Like even the divorce list is right here. I can pull the divorces, right? I go through guardianship, judgment. So the next one here is going to be like the lien list, right? So I'll go judgment lien. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Go through all these, and these are really good public records you can start pulling today. Next here, we're going to do the code enforcement, the code violation list. And basically all I did was search Lake County code enforcement. And I really chose this county because they actually have it right there for us. So it's like really easy for us to do. So all I got really to do is just search code enforcement cases, right? And I go in here, sometimes I put the address, but really all you got to do is do the open date. All code violations from the 1st or maybe August 6th, right? Let's get this a little closer to, let's do the 15th, right? and we're going to search that. And the reason I like it is because it just like pops up right here. So it's going to load up here all the case types. Cool part about it shows the code violation, and then it shows the owner information. That's why I really like this. It actually works really, really well. So I go here, I can just like search these ones, right? I can go type a complaint, I can go violation, right? The thing I really like is you can kind of sort through other things. One quick tip, I can export this by CSV and then do it by violation or something like that. So if I have a complaint here with 2222 Lake Griffin Road, I'm just going to click this button right here. It's going to pop up the case information. So this is a complaint on 222 Lake Griffin Road. It's an accumulation of solid waste. Seems interesting. I might have to search the property here. And as you can see here, 222 Lake Griffin Road is a property that's sold in April, but the code violation is now known as accumulated waste. So this might be a really interesting property for me to try to contact. Going down the list here, I can kind of go by the most important ones. It actually shows you what these are. So like RSVOLNs are resolved on site. The ones we want to be going after here, but just by looking at this, is we don't want to go after node violation. We want to go over open. So let's go here and see on status if we can find all the open ones. So exporting to the CSV actually makes it a lot easier. So let's keep going here and actually find open. Let's see, referred. I keep getting this here. Referred to another agency might be a good one here. I'm going to just keep going. We're going to do some of the newer ones, see if we can find some open ones. Let's just find one of these referred ones and see what that goes on. So we have this one here. This is 85403 Huff Road. Right away obstructed, complaint like to meet on site. Brush is growing. That might be an interesting one. Like I keep and so let's go here to some of the newer ones. So let's see this one. We got James Crew right here. So this is a really cool one right here because it's saying a nuisance abatement 1556. Caller said the grass is overgrown and there's an unmaintained pond which is attracting mosquitoes. Looking here on the map, this looks like an actual property in question. This seems like a really good one. So what I'm going to do is actually get the address. I know James is the owner right here. I'm going to try to give him a call at like truepeoplesearch.com, get his phone number, and boom, have a contact and actually have a conversation with this person. These are how you pull these code violation lists. Now let's sort of pull the water shutoff list. It seems it's the Lake County Water Authority. Phone number is right here. Give them a call and ask for all open water shutoffs for the properties. So we've kind of brought down how to do the probates, the code enforcement, the water shutoffs, the liens. So those are really more or less the really good public list to pull. Now, if we're going to pay for a list, you can use a couple services. I recommend using a service like listrei.com or zachdata.com. So let's go into PropStream, aka listrei.com right here. And let's actually pull some paid lists on PropStream and show you how to do it. So right here, we're in listrei.com. And so let's go to a random county, city here. Let's do Indianapolis, Indiana. So there's a multiple lists we can pull. Let me kind of pull some of my favorite ones on here on PropStream. I'm just going to go to filter here. There's a lot of really good ones. You do quick list choice, stuff like that. Like some of these lists, you can do vacants, liens, pre-foreclosure. So if I want to pull like a pre-foreclosure list really quick, I'm going to click this. And if I want to do it the right way, right, I want to make sure the property is residential. Still have the multifamilies in there if it's still residential. MLS status, I want to make sure it's not on the market, right? We don't go after those properties. Ownership information, it's a pre-foreclosure. I don't really care about the ownership information. The equity and valuation is okay. I don't want to really market any properties over 300 grand in Indianapolis. So I'm going to put that there. And if I'm doing creative financing, right, I don't really care about the equity. But if I'm wholesaling, I want some equity in there, right? So I want to put at least 30 to 40% equity on the percentage here. Let's do 40% here. And it's going to pop up a nice list. Let's see how big the list, 687. Not a bad list. If I was texting somebody, this would actually be a really good virtual wholesaling list to pull. Now I can kind of switch this over with a lot of other things. If I want to do the liens, I can kind of pop them up right there, right? That's a lot more liens than I want. Vacant, right? These are vacant properties. That's about 8,000 of them. So if I'm doing a vacant, I want to have some high equity in there. So I'm going to, let's say 60% equity in this one. I don't want to do any properties. If I'm doing like a vacant list over 200,000, let's make this one a little smaller if I'm going to text this list, right? And the other whammy on this one, because Indianapolis is a little big, I'm going to go to ownership information for a vacant and see if they owned it for at least 3 years. I found you actually get a lot more deals when you do something like that. Now we're closer to like 3,000 on here. And if you want to like get rid of the landlords that own multiple properties, you can max it out. If you're marketing someone, they have to own not more than 3 properties. And that kind of gets a lot of the landlords out and a lot of those big landlord type people. That'll bring to 1,300. I recommend doing that for a lot of the filters and it's going to pop up. They have a lot of other really good lists to be pulling too. Like the liens, if I want to get rid of the landlords here, it's going to pull it back to 1,000. Pre-foreclosure goes to 94. Really, if you have an owner that owns more than 3 houses, I actually recommend just getting rid of the duplicate mailing addresses. But PropStream lets you do it in here too. Tax delinquencies are people that are behind on taxes. That's another really good list to be going after. Divorce, zombie properties, pre-probate. These are people that are actually just deceased owners. So if someone passes away and you see the obituary, the death record, and it's not even filed on a probate yet, you can actually go after these properties too. Or like a zombie property list, which is basically a pre-foreclosure that someone just left and it's just sitting there vacant, basically looking like a zombie. That's a really good list to be going after. But really, guys, so if you want to try it out, just go to listai.com. A lot of other people really like zachdata.com too. I use both services in my real estate wholesaling business. I like some of the lists on listai.com, then I like some of the lists also on zachdata.com. So use either one for a free trial for free in wholesaling real estate. Last but not least, there's actually a lot other type of list to pull. These are some of my favorite ones for virtual wholesaling real estate for, again, the best success. So if you want to learn exactly my tutorials for pulling these a little more nitty gritty, I have hours and hours of just specific lists. Just go to freewholesaling.com. That's where I teach real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. A little more in depth on the list. And once you pull the list, you're like, Zach, what do I do with this list, right? And we're going to also break down exactly how to pull these lists the right way for wholesaling real estate success. So do me a favor, go to freewholesaling.com, learn exactly how to pull these lists the right way and actually how to market them the right way, how to find the cash buyers to sign them for big profits. That was my free real estate wholesaling course. So do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com and let's start pulling some lists. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.